Okay, in order to add these, again, we need a common denominator, but to find that common denominator, we want, when they're polynomials, we want to factor them. So, x squared minus 1, that's the difference of two squares, that factors to x plus 1, x minus 1. 3. Here, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4, so this factors to x plus 3, x plus 1. Now, what is the least common denominator? Well, we did this in an earlier video. What do we see? What factors do we see? We see an x plus 3. We see an x plus 1. They have the same exponent, so we just write it down once. We also see an x minus 1. That is our least common denominator. It's that simple. So now, like we did in the earlier video, what do I multiply this by to get this? Or in other words, another way to look at it is, what factor is this missing that is down here? Well, the x plus 3 is missing here. We have the x plus 1 and minus 1. We're missing the x plus 3. So I got to multiply the bottom by x plus 3. But again, if I multiply the bottom, I've got to multiply the top by x plus 3 as well, because anything over itself is 1. This is equal to 1, and 1 times this fraction is equal to that fraction. Similarly, what do we multiply this by to get this? Or another way to think about it is, what is this missing that this has? This is missing the x minus 1, yeah? So I got to multiply this by x minus 1 over x minus 1. Now we have our common denominator, so we multiply. I'm going to do this step by step. So we have x plus 3 times 4 minus 3 times x minus 1. So that's our numerator. That's divided by our common denominator. X plus 3, x plus 1, x minus 1, x plus 3, x plus 1, x minus 1. They're the same denominator, so we just subtract the numerators and put that over our common denominator. And now we just got to simplify the numerator. Distributing, we get 4x plus 12. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. Over our common denominator of x plus 3, x plus 1, x minus 1. Yep. Now simplify. 4x minus 3x is 1x or x. 12 plus 3 is 15, and that's over x plus 3, x plus 1 times x minus 1. That is our answer, right? Yeah, you could multiply the denominator out, but there's no need. This is the answer. So this is equivalent to these two rational expressions subtracted.